When you first start dropshipping on Facebook, it's normal to use suppliers like Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. They're reliable, they have great return policies, they ship out fast, and they have millions of high quality products that you can list. The issue with that, though, is that everyone else is using these same suppliers as well, which ultimately will lead to product saturation, higher competition, and race to the bottom pricing on the same exact products. You can search tons of Amazon products on Marketplace, for example. Literally copy and paste the title into search, and you can see dozens of sellers all selling the same exact product with the same exact title, description, and same exact pictures. So what's the incentive for customers to purchase yours in this sea of other products that are the exact same? Now, don't get me wrong, you can still see some success listing from these websites. I'm not here to tell you that you can't make any sales doing this. A lot of my hot selling products are still sourced from sites like these. But if you want to be successful long term, you need to find a way to bring something different and more valuable to the marketplace. The longer you cling to solely using suppliers like this, the more you're really rolling the dice that one day, potentially soon, your sales could just dry up. It's the same business principle that's talked about in the book Blue Ocean Strategy. It's better to avoid competing with everyone else in the same exact pond and instead look for a blue ocean that you can fish in all by yourself. There are many ways to do this. In one of my recent videos, I talked about bundling products together to create new listings that the market isn't seeing. And I also touched on listing hot products that are blowing up on other sites like TikTok and using the videos that trend there on your listings to help convert more customers, both of which will yield you results and are extremely effective. But one of the easiest ways to do this is simply use different suppliers. So in this video, we're going to cover some of the top suppliers that I recommend you use that aren't Amazon, aren't Walmart, aren't eBay, aren't Home Depot, or aren't any of the top retail suppliers that might become saturated too quickly. So the first supplier I'd recommend using is Gardeners. Gardeners is a great supplier that specializes in gardening and home products, hence the name. Also, all these suppliers in today's video will also integrate with Z-Drop so you can copy them over super quickly. On Gardeners, not only are there quality items, there's quality pictures and listings that you can use as well, and there's good customer service. But there are also high margin items that seem to work pretty well on this website too. Some examples of these would be raised garden beds, flower racks, home decor, and even lawnmowers. And I have a lot of experience sourcing from this website. They ship out relatively fast, they have good customer service, and you can actually talk to a human being that will help you. They also have a good return policy and they have lots of products that you can list. The next website I recommend that you list from is none other than AliExpress. And this might surprise a lot of you, but believe it or not, AliExpress has a lot of really solid products and the prices are super cheap, as we all know. That means your margins are going to be a lot higher than if you list from sites like Amazon, eBay, or Walmart, typically speaking. The major issue that always arises with this website is perceived long shipping times. This isn't a problem when you're dropshipping on Facebook Shops, obviously, because you can just input the tracking number that you get from the supplier. It does not matter the carrier, and then the customer can track their order. You don't need a FedEx, a UPS, or a USPS tracking number that gets to the customer quickly when dropshipping from a shop. And when you use AliExpress for personal marketplace, for example, you simply want to make sure that you're using warehouses in the US. That way you can make sure that the products are in the US and they'll get to the customer in a timely manner, typically within a week, sometimes less. Just make sure that you have the United States location checked and also make sure that it actually says it's located in the US before you list it, and you'll be good. You'll also get FedEx, UPS, and USPS tracking numbers when doing this, and your items will ship out in 3 days, so you can use AliExpress to dropship on Marketplace if you approach it in this way. Now, to piggyback off AliExpress, Wish is also another phenomenal site that you can dropship from that is not a big box retailer. There are tons of products on this website and they're all super cheap. So anything that you dropship from here will have ridiculously high margins. Now, the only caveat to this site is that unlike AliExpress, there doesn't seem to be any way to filter US-based warehouses only, which means shipping times will be around 2 to 3 weeks. You can filter out for express shipping, which makes it faster, obviously, but it still won't ship out fast enough for you to use this site when dropshipping from a personal Facebook marketplace. This site is great for shops though. I highly recommend it. The margins are ridiculous and I haven't run into any issues yet while using it. I'm very pleased. The next site is another supplier that also works really well if you also drop ship on Amazon, just like Gardeners. And that's Webstaurant Store. This site sells pretty much everything that you can flip to restaurants, food trucks, carnivals, and businesses like that. I've had a lot of success with this site on Amazon, and it's also a really great one for beginners to use as well. But honestly, it works pretty well for dropshipping on Facebook Marketplace and Facebook Shops too. The customer service is great, there's a lot of quality products on the site, and the margins can be pretty good too, since a lot of the things that you list from the site can be on the higher side if you want to. And the return policy is great as well for most items. Just make sure that you check that it specifically doesn't say that the item isn't returnable. Typically, you'll see this on a lot of perishables and food products where if the customer opens it, they can't send it back. Some examples of things that I've dropshipped successfully from here are popcorn machines. Turkey fryers are also blowing up right now since Thanksgiving is getting closer. Bags of flour for cooking, I guess. And believe it or not, napkins. I have no idea why people have been buying bulk napkins from me, but those are selling very well.